how useful this would be. Why? Yeah, delete. Hey y'all, we are back with another round of visuals presentation software tutorial review thing. Today we are in Proclaim. If you heard about Logos Bible software before, that's them. Proclaim is from Logos, so that's kind of cool. And we're gonna dig in and see what we got here. See what Proclaim is all around. Normally I do this blindly and not testing the softwares at all. But this one, this is actually my third take on it. The first one, I felt like I was very rude and did not have all of the knowledge per se that I should have, and I was just coming in hot. And then the second time I recorded it, I was really sleepy. So this is our take 3, and hopefully it's better. So yeah, let's dive in. Okay, cool. All right, we are gonna start with their website. See what we got. Transform scattered Sundays into clear and powerful presentations. All right. Cool. Yeah, all the marketing stuff. All right, here's the prices. All right, let's see. So Proclaim is $269 a year. That looks like it's yep, that's all the seats. $269.99 is for every seat. So if you have a campus, it's $269.99 for your whole church. As many seats as you want. Let's compare that with ProPresenter, which that for the same price, for only 20 seats, it would be $649 a year. So that is a good amount of savings. That's about half the cost. If you are a mega church and you have a lot of seats, but if you are just using Proclaim with 1 seat versus ProPresenter as 1 seat, then it's not as great. That's $289 for 1 seat of ProPresenter versus $269. So coming in still a little bit cheaper, but if it's 1 seat versus 1 seat, then it that might be a toss-up to choose. But if you are growing, then you could keep that in mind as well. So yeah, that's about it. Let's see, what system requirements, program, you can do it Mac and Windows. That's great. That is great. 2 gigs of RAM and a graphics card with at least 2 gigs of dedicated memory. That seems like a lot less than ProPresenter. ProPresenter is kind of a hog, a resource hog. So if Proclaim is less of a resource hog, that's great. Oh, here we go. What is different between Proclaim and ProPresenter? Cool. Proclaim is fully cloud-based, so you can collaborate presentations from anywhere. That's nice. And it looks like they were trying to market to the church volunteer rather than like an AV professional. So, yeah, but all right. Enough with that rambling. Let's dive into Proclaim. Let's see what we got. So we got our example presentation up since the last time I did it, and we will dive in. First thing I like to look for is the settings. So file, not under file. Okay, we are in the settings. Ooh, they have spell checking. That's nice. Disable hardware acceleration. Yes, that's good because you will want to do that. I was just with a church this past weekend that had that on in ProPresenter, and it caused all sorts of glitches on their screens during services and did not know why. So if you're having any glitches on your screens, or like the last image is carrying over, it's probably the hardware accelerator on. So don't do that. Use PowerPoint to import. Yeah, that's great. A lot of people use slides to import, use PowerPoint to build out their slides and then import them that way. That is good. Video player. I wonder if that's, what is that? Learn more. Oh, it takes me to a website. I don't really like that. Is that just like the Pro video player? Oh, a different video player. Okay, well. All right. Timeline changes the penny behavior when. Okay, display. You can have all these displays. That just changes the name. I wonder where you can change the actual confidence monitor style. But I wish they had all the learn mores like in the actual software instead of having a pop up to go to a different thing. But well, so overlay settings, okay. Audio, looks like you could probably hook in to Dante with the input device. That's nice. That's picking up my microphone that's talking to you guys. So that's cool. Video input, yep, same thing. You can do that. That's great. Presentation. Default slide transitions fade. A half a second seems a little too fast to me, so we're going to do 0.025. I don't really like the lyric scrolling look. I think that's more distracting than just fading in and out of lyrics. So I don't prefer that. Cool. Now you can change your background, so that's cool. Edit template. Okay, interesting presentation. Where was I? It was change background. Edit template. Okay. Well, this is a little confusing. Yeah. Go back to settings. General. The quick screens, I wish they would be quick to like actually be able to. Oh, here we go. Browse media. Let's put that up there. Apply to quick screen. Okay. Hey, and there's my logo. That's cool. So now can I edit? Let's move on. All right. You can import your church fonts here, which you should do. You should probably import the fonts. And then virtual screen confidence, service item. Let's go to song. Default template. Large lyric preview. All right, so let's create a new template for the confidence. What I recommend is I recommend your main text in white and your next slide in yellow. So then it's a little bit easier to distinguish. Put that in the middle. You could even do that with that as well. Just so it's a little bit easier to distinguish. It's a little bit less big, but in case your visuals operator is late, they have it. And then it would switch over there. I like it right to left instead of top down. I think that's easier for the people. We're just gonna get rid of this. Get rid of that. I like the clock there. That's nice. You probably have a clock for the timer of the song and then the clock of the actual thing. So we will save that and do worship and save. Done. In ProPresenter, you can switch what the confidence monitor looks like. So as you welcome, you want to have it welcome, which looks like that is indeed happening. So that's nice. Oh, and it looks like you can have little buttons in there to start and stop recording. I bet you could do that with video and audio as well. That's nice because then you don't have to worry about clicking record at the same time and then going back. It probably automatically does that. I wonder how. Get started with starting recordings. Okay. And then all of the new info goes to their website. That's okay. It's a little obnoxious, especially if you're going to be walking around it a lot, but anywho. I wonder if I could change the view over here. But yeah, I'm glad you can change your confidence monitor look. You absolutely need to be able to do that. You go to edit, lyrics. So I'm not a huge fan of this layout down here. This kind of screams PowerPoint vibes to me, and just scroll through it. Like, granted, you can still click it, but man, I really like how they have just the block segments in ProPresenter where you can click around. That, in my head, it seems a lot easier of a workflow than having all this and then there, because I don't need all of this normally. Like, as an operator, I'm looking down here to do it. But this might be because it's on the preview. Oh, okay. I see. They know. They understand. They get what they're doing. Okay. On air. And then it'll pop up saying, I want to use watermarks. Yep. And because I don't have any other screen attached, that's what I get. All right. Yeah, that checks out. I don't really get the having a button to go on air. I think that's an extra step, but I could be wrong. All right. Hopefully there's not an actual guy out there that says jim@firstchurch.org. He might get a lot of spam emails from Proclaim if he does. So there's got to be a First Church out there somewhere. Okay. We are gonna. What else we got here? Do we finish the settings? Remote. You can add a remote on. That's nice. I'm sure you can just control the remote, control the software there. Control your presentations, create on-screen annotations. That's cool. Show a quick screen, view order service, change display settings. Yeah. Sounds like a functional remote. That's nice. It could be good for like a producer or worship leader that might not have like the most capable volunteer, or on the weeks that maybe a volunteer is struggling to be able to remote and change it. Or if you're a one-man team and you're up front instead in the back and you can touch it on your phone. I've never really done anything with remotes, so I can't really say how useful they are, but I could see some times and place that they would be useful. So lighting and MIDI. Control your lighting scene here. That's nice. MIDI. That's nice as well. All right. Well, song library. Can we hook up to add songs? Song select. Great. That's great. You can import the song select. Can you add a presentation? You can share set list, on-screen Bible, web page. That's also nice because you can go to here and go live with it. So yeah, boom. That's sweet. Because you would want to go here if you have other technical issues for your church. Production Theology. See what it did there? Yeah. Boom. All right, moving on. All right. Let's go to, where was I, y'all? Image slideshow? Okay, interesting. Announcements, those are nice. I think those would probably just go oh, that would be like an on-air thing. Interesting. Default display. Huh. I guess if you don't have graphic announcements and you just want to do that, sure. Content on-screen Bible. Let's see what they got here. Let's do ESV. Let's do James. Oh, that's cool. You can just type in certain things. So Wisdom of Solomon, Error of the Wicked. That's great. Wisdom, Song of Songs? Is that what you mean? Creation. Okay. Yeah, singing songs of song. Oh, is it? Oh. Ooh. That's kind of cool. Creates a little animation for you. It's a, huh. Oh, I like that. Okay. Proclaim. That's good. That's cool. Especially if you're a church that has a Bible reading every single week. That's awesome. Like, does it do that for like, yeah, what happens? What happens when there's more of them? So that's Okay. Then if we go to preview, wherever it went, what happens next? Oh, okay. But if we go to edit and go back to preview, Proverbs, let's see. Oh, I like that. That is really cool. Can you change the look on it though? Can you change the look? Settings. I bet you can under probably quick screens, on-screen Bible. Actually, it doesn't look like you can, which that kind of sucks unless it's this. Oh, buddy, let's go. So say if I want that background, say if I want it white. So now, go back to preview, I guess. Media, browse media. Do I just drag it over? What do I do? Bible boards, add to board. Oh. There's all these media things that you can tag. And it seems a little clunky to move things around, but maybe that's just from the free thing. Not a huge fan of the switching from edit and preview instead of just having an edit button there and it's always on preview. I think that's a little bit easier because less clicks, and clicks are not that fun, especially when you're clicking all over the place. You want to have it as less clicks as possible, but yeah. But man, I like this. I like that. That adds a little bit of a creative element to the services without being overloaded, and it's nice. So that's cool. Good job, Proclaim. Messages is probably just talking to everyone on your team that needs it. So you can do that. Create a new church group. All right. Well, that is that. Song library. I don't think this connects to Planning Center at all, which is kind of a bummer. Oh, import presentation. Well, there we go. Yeah, that's cool. It connects. So that's a win. Oh, that's signals. Okay. Signals are probably like macros in ProPresenter, I would guess. But you got all sorts of teams there. Yeah, it'd be nice to be able to sync up all these. So every person that's working on a Sunday, the worship team, the tech team, maybe even the host, can all look into it and kind of use it as like a Planning Center-esque thing, but at least this is limiting the, you got to import slides on a Sunday and change them Sunday morning. This, you'd be like, all right, Pastor, just dump the PowerPoint in here. Just once you're done with it, import the PowerPoint into Proclaim, and then the tech person can handle the rest of formatting it and making it look pretty or whatnot. That could be a good workflow instead of uploading it to this one site and then downloading it to this one site as well. But yeah, I wonder, this sidebar is less helpful than, I guess you have the warm-up service. I don't find that helpful because it's a more of a clicks, but once you get into this, it can sure work. I would want more settings on here though, because the settings on here are very minimal compared to ProPresenter, and ProPresenter has a lot of settings. But let's go in and see if we can find how to get more than one slide. Okay, you just have to press enter. That's probably one of the faster ways to get rid of slides, or at least duplicate the slides, and now you can just add in another verse 3 here. Which works for sure. But once again, like, now you have to go there, and now you have to go back to edit preview, and now finally there. Instead of ProPresenter is all the way right up here, and you just drag and drop, and you're already in this thing. So I think it's a little bit more time consuming to switch back and forth of everything. I wonder if you had a dual monitor, you could keep one on edit and one on preview. I doubt you could though. That would be nice, just so you can edit over here and preview and actually run the service there. But I don't know. And then you'd have to go back to edit preview, and then I don't entirely know how to change the looks per, you can change, you can add, that's interesting that this over here is controlling this. I would put this button over there because that just seems normal. So I go here and go to slides. Now I change the background here. So if I want background to be that, and then that changes. Okay. Then if you want, you could pop up a QR code at any moment. Because why not? I find some spicy take to say, so then it can be a hook to the rest of the thing. Why? Yeah, delete. Amazing Grace is in the public domain. Well, thank you, Edwin Othello and John Newton. We appreciate you. All right. Well, so you have a key in there, I guess. Head number there. New blank arrangement. Duplicate arrangement. No arrangement. All right. Well. Oh. That's just a new song. Why would I want to do that? So that's how you change the arrangements, I guess. That's strange. Okay, there is a signal, whatever that means. I wish it would pop up there. Okay, go back to edit, signals. I don't know what signals do. I don't. Seems a little odd. Settings. Add item. Service builder. Can I build a new service? Let's go with that and select it. I don't know how. No, I wanted a new service. I don't know how useful this would be. I guess it's kind of the drag and drop thing from ProPresenter. It's just another thing. I think that's my biggest gripe about this is all the things are separate, and you do one, then you have to go back to another. You do one, you got to go back to it. So it makes it a lot more clicks than in a fast paced environment like a Sunday service, and you might need to change stuff on the fly. Not having to click all that often is a win. And this, you have a lot of clicks. So yeah, it seems a little bit more clunky than what it needs to be. I would work on the user experience of how can we get the less clicks and do the same thing. Because ProPresenter has a bunch of widgets and a bunch of stuff going on, but once you learn it, then it's just drag and drop, and you're still able to control it. So that might be why ProPresenter is so much better, or industry leading right now. So that's my thoughts on that. Yeah, I can't seem to add things right away with a few clicks of edit. I have to go to the edit tab and then figure out what I necessarily want for it. So that's not ideal at all. You can go on air straight from there. Like it's just another click. It's another click to go on air, where if it's all in one thing, you don't need to worry about it. That this is probably more built for churches that build this on the fly than like a ProPresenter, where you kind of need to build it beforehand. But most of the time you would build this beforehand anyways, because you're not going to be changing your sermon slides while the worship is happening. Like, that is not a great idea. So most of the time you will have everything built out in front, and then in ProPresenter you have all of these layers you can ixnay at a moment's notice, because I'm not sure. So that's on air. We'll go to on air. Now, it still goes back to the verse. So, yeah, that's interesting. So you have to click here and then go on air there, and then it would pop up, but it'll pop up and it's not working. That's strange. But yeah, all right. Well, I think this is it about Proclaim. I think it's a little clunky for what it is. If you are going in between this or ProPresenter and you only need one seat, one license, I would do ProPresenter. It seems like more of the obvious choice in that realm, because it's a little bit more capable and less moving around. So that's what I would say. ProPresenter aesthetically looks better. This isn't bad aesthetically, but it looks a tad dated to me, with some of the UIs and whatnot. So if you really care about the feel as you are working on the software. Keep that in mind. I'm not sure how often they update. Okay, so they update probably like a couple times a month. So that's not bad. Their latest update was in July. So they keep it up to date. So that's good. They're not just sitting on your money. Yeah, there's video trainings. You can request a feature. I guess you can't request a feature. It does not exist. That's cool. You can share a playlist. All right. So I don't think it's that far behind ProPresenter. I would still go with ProPresenter because I think it's just a lot of clicks, and that would annoy the crap out of me. I'm already clicking a lot for each slide on a Sunday, and the ease of use building the thing, I think it would be a lot easier to do with ProPresenter. And I think ProPresenter is just a little bit more capable of it all. Like in ProPresenter, you can record your clicks and have it automatically click with a click track. You might be able to do that here, but it requires a little bit more digging. And the text editor in ProPresenter is a whole lot easier to work with, I would say. So, yeah, those are my thoughts. It is a solid software. It's in some areas, it's about half the cost of ProPresenter. If you're a multi-site with a ton of licenses, then you could think of that, and there's potential there. Yeah, if you have multiple ProPresenter campuses, then it would be $649 for each campus. So that could get expensive real quick instead of the less than 300 that this is. 270. I don't know. It's up to you guys. I would push for ProPresenter. That's constantly growing, and there's a lot more support out there for ProPresenter than Proclaim. But yeah, it's up to you guys. I think it feels a little clunky, and just the navigation of it is a little cumbersome and not as easy or clear cut. So those are my thoughts. And it's harder to put themes on and all sorts of different stuff here than ProPresenter. So would I use this over Free Show? I don't know. I think Free Show, I would probably use Free Show over this. I think Free Show is a little less capable, but it is on similar levels, I would say. We're going to wrap it up. I'm keeping on blabbling, blah-blahing, so we should end it, and we'll be done. But if you are part of the Proclaim team and want to chat about my thoughts, I'd love to hop on a video call and see what you got. Maybe you can explain some stuff to me about what's what and why you designed it the way you did. So I'd love to hop on. I just want to help churches in their production, create smoother Sundays for their production team, calmer Sundays for everyone involved, and side quest, make sure that by the year 2030 that there's no bad church website out there. I think a lot of people are on the same mission as me, offering some website makeovers. If you need a church website, also contact me. I'd love to help because websites are important. So anyways, thanks for watching. We will catch you in the next video. There's still a lot more of these visual softwares to go. So I'm excited to dive in and see what we got. But this was Proclaim.